Okay, this is Brazen House Strong here with Marathon. Was it the New York City Marathon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's your first time you winning that marathon? Not winning the marathon, completing the marathon.
Completing the marathon.
How many miles is that?
26.2.
26.2. The most I've ever ran is probably 4, so salute to that. What was your time?
My time was, net time was 6:15:55.
Okay, and explain it. What's the net time? What does that mean?
Net time is my overall time from crossing the start line to crossing the finish line.
Okay. And how did you prepare for that?
Lots and lots of training. About 8 months of training.
8 months of training.
Yeah, constant training, constant long distance running.
Okay.
I had to start small, and then I just kept working my way up. I'd have 4 to 6 miles during the week, 4 days of the week, and then on the Saturdays were usually the big miles. And I had to run starting it was 10 and 12, and it just elevated to 18. So I'm running with ASICS, the Gel 9 series.
Okay. And how often do you change your shoe?
Well, for street, because I've done half marathons on trail, so I have a special trail running shoe. But I've yet to change my ASICS. I'm actually due to change. I will still stick with the ASICS, but I pretty much put about 200 miles on that particular pair of shoes.
Let's start there. How did you feel during the marathon?
Physically, I felt pretty good, and mentally, I was just really excited. It was the first time I was doing something that major, and
You had your tunes going while you were running?
You know what? No, I started it, but it's amazing to run the New York City Marathon because all the bands come out. There's over 130 bands just playing along the marathon. Then you go through Harlem. They got the gospel, singing gospel at the church front steps.
Okay.
It was really, and you want to hear the people cheering you. You don't want to have your headphones on. You want to get the full feel of the people cheering for you. And
that's what's up.
I did a lot of stretching before.
Okay.
Previous running really loosened up my muscles, and I also wore compression tights for the race, which obviously they say what they do. They compress your muscles, and it prevents fatigue in your leg muscles, and you're able to last longer with the compression tights. So I had that as well.
All right, I'm going to have to, the name of the segment is Brazen Truth, on the runner's block. Let me ask you this. Is that a form of cheating?
Not at all. That's a form of survival when you're out there. I went too close to the curb, I stepped on it, and rolled my ankle, and pretty much had to limp the last 5 miles.
Wow.
Yes, one of the effects after running long distances is, I didn't know this, sometimes your toenails will fall off. And one of my toenails fell off. And
they fall off from the pounding on the ground, or what is it, like catching a blister? How does that work?
I think it's a combination of constantly pounding your foot on the ground and the blister.
Okay.
Because the toenail that fell off, there's actually a blister in its place. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm doing this interview so people that want to get into marathon running, you see how serious it is. I'm not quite ready to experience this. I experience my own pains in my game, but for what I do. But this losing toenails is definitely not my thing. So how'd you feel after the marathon?
I was pumped. I couldn't believe I finished. It was probably one of the most amazing things I've done. Like an amazing feat. Not done yet though. One day hope to do an ultra, but baby steps.
All right.
But
did you go out that night? Or did you just go home?
No, I went home and pretty much went into a coma.
Okay, how long did you sleep for?
I went to bed at 9. I woke up about 9 the next morning.
Sore at all?
Yes, but the marathon was Sunday. Monday was pretty sore, and then Tuesday, that's when it really was kicking me. Facebook, Damian Patrick Nally on Facebook, and my email address. Any questions? It's lastvirtue, LASTVIRTUE @mail.com. And that's pretty much it for now.
Okay, and when's your next race, man? Because Brazen House wants to be a part of that.
Right now, registered. My next race is actually the Disney World Half Marathon in Orlando, Florida. It is on January 8th.
January 8th.
Yes.
All right.
I earned this.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You see that? See that? That's what we give to winners. People that finish, you know? But thanks a lot for the interview, man. Salute for being one of the soldiers. Appreciate it.
All right, this is Pierre. This is exactly how you run. That question when you run, you just drop, that doesn't happen. You're going to break your bone. You're going to mess up your joints.
The one called Runner's Block, and I know that you were experienced. How long have you been running for?
Well, definitely me, I'm not a runner, but what I do run 2 times a week, not lifting weight, right after a little workout, interval workout, and then I run for 1 hour. Very light and steady. You don't need to run fast. Sometimes if you're going to run fast, it's a short distance, and then you stop, and then you continue to run. While you're running very slow, not too slow like you're walking, but you're running, but you can go faster and then stop fast and then go a little bit slow.
Okay,
so
and what
you
is,
actually shock the body.
And what is the purpose of that? I mean, does that help you burn the fat, or does that help you just work your heart?
Well, number one thing, the engine got to be good. What is the engine? Is the heart. Even if you're pumping iron or not, you're going to need the engine. First, it's for the heart. And then second, it's burn the fat.
Should somebody start off?
Well, definitely, number one thing, I've seen people before they run, they keep doing all those stretching and everything. First, stop doing that. Stretch is good. It's after workout. Before workout, because when you keep stretching, you lose your strength. So by using your strength, you actually get more injury. So what you need to do is a little bit of warm up, like in a running style. From the toes, you keep going that way, and then you can feel your hamstring a little bit, tight your core. Then when you feel warm up a little bit, and then you start running very slow, and then you keep, put a little bit more speed while you're going, and keep going and keep going. And after you're done, you can go and stay on this base here, and then you can feel like you're pressing a little bit, but leave your knee bent. Leave your knee bent, the one that go forward, because you don't want to put too much pressure, because it's going to be very bad for your knee. So you can stretch your hamstring here, and then you can go also do the same with the other leg, and then when you're done, you can go that way, so you can strengthen your ankle pretty much.
Okay.
So don't do those things before, you do it after. And if you're lifting weight, you do the same thing for your any muscle that you want to stretch after. Back in the day, they used to do it that way.
That's true.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. That's
not
right.
anymore. You can stretch while you're exercising or after exercise, but do not stretch before exercise.
That's
the
right.
same thing as tennis. You never ever seen like a tennis player go like stretching and whatever. They keep warm up very light, and steady. That's what they do.
You play tennis, man? You did that pretty good.
I play ping pong.
We
don't need. There is one thing people do all the time. I don't think it's a good thing. That New Year resolution. Yes, it's something positive. If you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're speaking on that, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead, talk.
It's bothering me because I think the New Year resolution, you can start your year tomorrow. So basically, people that New Year resolution, stop that.
Right. You should be in shape all the time, year round.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, and tell them how they shouldn't wait for the doctor to tell them
to get in the gym. I got to tell you, like, my girlfriend, she's a physician. And pretty much we're going to get married.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
We just had a baby. And she always have, like, some patients that are like, I can't exercise. I don't have time to exercise or whatever. Eating right is one. And number two, the doctors, most likely the physician, they know the magic. It's exercise. Yes, there's something based on genetic that you can carry. Like some other people may do the same thing and they don't get the same kind of problem. But 95% of the time, you can actually, have your own medicine. You can actually work out. I'm not talking about workout to look like cut or lean, but your weight is gonna be a problem. Your heart gonna be a problem, and your weight is not the look. It's not about the look. It's sometimes about how much weight you put on your knee, you put on your back,
right.
how much you put on
your heels,
on
right.
your heels, all those things. And then second, the heavier you are, especially if you don't work out, the engine,
right.
like I said, it's a small Toyota Corolla, brand new, 2010. But you put like a city bus, you take that engine from the Toyota, it's gonna run the city bus, but the effort is too much, it's gonna collapse.
That's correct.
So basically, you need the engine to be powerful enough to carry that weight. So if you wanna be lean, it doesn't matter. You have to get your cardiovascular. You gotta be solid. And then I'm not gonna say 100%, but 95% of the time, you'll be fine. So my girlfriend, she always like, man, they refuse to work out. They don't understand. But we cannot make magic. All they had to do is, if it's already happened and it's very bad, they have to give you some pills, of course. They have to run some tests and then give you some medicine. That's what science is for. But the magic, it's workout.
You hear that,
That's
people?
what they need to do.
That's the magic.
That's the magic. That's what they need to do. And once again, this is Pierre and Dixon. We will do it.
Okay, this is Brazen House Strong here at the dog park in Norwalk, and your name is?
Kelly Bird.
Kelly Bird. I had to stop people and let you see this. Kelly Bird is running barefoot. Barefoot, Kelly. The name of my company is Brazen House Strong, and as far as I'm concerned, you have to brazen it out in order to run around on this concrete out here. Tell me how you first started doing that.
I had trouble with shoes fitting me properly, and one day I just threw them off and ran around the track a couple times, and it felt super natural. So now I run probably 70% of my runs are barefoot.
And as far as we were talking before, how about the glass and the pebbles and stuff like that? Do you feel any of that when you're running?
You do. You feel all of it, and that's what I enjoy about running, is being one with wherever you're running, whether it's trails or road, and your feet toughen up. You get used to it for sure.
Okay, when you first started and you started feeling like the little pebbles and stuff, were there any problems like as far as your joints or your knuckles and your toes?
Not at all. Running barefoot, you take a lot quicker steps. Your cadence is a lot faster, so you're not actually hitting the ground for a very long period of time. And it's really natural feeling.
Can we see the bottom of your feet, please? They're just a little dirty, but they don't look tough, they don't look like tire tread or anything like that.
I've been running around in the grass now too, and in the mud, but
Okay, and how long have you been running barefoot?
about a year and a half.
Year and a half now. Do you run marathons or anything like that?
I'm an ultra distance runner, so I run marathons plus.
Okay, you have a Facebook page or a runner's page you wanna shout out to?
I do have a Facebook page.
Okay, you want to keep that to yourself, or?
Well, you can find me. My name's Kelly Bird. You can search me.
Okay, and do you put your marathons or your runs up there?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one more question. The next I can't believe this, people. I really can't believe it. So when you run like a marathon, is it easier for you because your feet are conditioned?
My feet and my lower legs have become very strong from running barefoot. You start to use different muscles in your legs.
Okay, so I take it your ankles and your tendons and Achilles, all that's
really
perfect
strong.
shape, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, thanks a lot for your time. Brazen House Strong, people. You want to say your name again so they can find you?
Kelly Bird.
Kelly Bird. Thanks a lot, Kelly. So we gotta say to the people that was doubting you, the ones that was laughing at you when you first told them that.
Thank you. That's the best fuel you can give me.
All right.
If you tell me that I can't do something, I'm going to do it. If you told me I can't climb Mount Everest, I'll see you at the top.
Soldier!